0-3 to start the month of November, and the person to essentially cost you this game single-handedly has been your best player all season. That about sums up how this month's gone so far. Bruins lose 4-2 to the Montreal Canadiens because of course they do. Now there were quite a few lineup changes coming into this game. Joe Morrow out for Zach Trotman, getting back into the lineup for the first time since the season opener. I believe he was on a line with Matt Irwin, and yeah, we know what happened to Matt Irwin. Absolutely nothing as he's back down in the AHL. Jonas Gustafsson in net, Max Talbot in, Alexander Koklachev back down to the AHL after just 2 games. You can see what's coming. He is absolutely leaving. He is not going to be a Boston Bruin. Whether or not he jumps to the KHL or finds another team, that remains to be seen. But bottom line, Alex Koklachev is not going to hang around. We know how the Bruins treat their rookies. Whether or not they're trying to adapt him to a wing spot or not, doesn't matter. He doesn't seem like the most patient guy. He's tearing up the AHL but can't get into the NHL. He's going to go where he just gets the minutes regardless of whether or not he deserves them. He won't be around for too much longer. But Frankie Vatrano gets into the lineup, a Massachusetts-born player. We'll talk about him more in a little bit. The game starts off well for the Bruins. I'm not going to talk about specific penalties until later on in this episode, but right off a face-off, Spooner to Bergeron, throws it on net. Louis Eriksson gets the deflection. I believe it went off his skate, but a nice early power play goal because, of course, the power play has been amazing this season. 1-0 Boston. But then, of course, to start the second period, the penalty kill, which you can't even call it a penalty kill. There's no killing going on. Thomas Plekanec in front, finds the puck, buries it, ties this game up at 1 apiece. And at this point, there's no words for this penalty kill and just how abysmal it is. The Bruins would regain the lead, though. Again, Frankie Vatrano making his NHL debut, skates from the boards to the high slot and buries a shot past Mike Condon for his first career NHL goal in his first career game. So that was nice to see. Again, I don't know how much he'll stick around, particularly because he's skating in Pasternak's spot. But certainly interesting to see him get the call up and to see him get time and to see him do relatively well. He did get knocked on his ass by Andrei Markov, but that's really not what anyone's going to remember. They're going to remember this goal. Third period, and it had appeared that Montreal had tied the game. Thomas Plekanec finds it in front, but Brendan Gallagher was in the crease. An original call of goal. They wave it off, change the decision, no goal. Now, as far as this goes, you're on two sides of things. Either Chara was holding Gallagher in the crease, or Gallagher just decided to stay there, and Chara was kind of there, but Gallagher made no effort to get out of the crease, which is what the referee saw, and which is what I saw. I'm sorry. Hey, if you're a Canadiens fan, or whatever, you just flat out disagree with me, Montreal wins the game anyway. But Brendan Gallagher is in the crease behind Gustafsson, makes no effort to get out of there before the contact with Chara occurs. He made absolutely no effort to get out of there. So it's the right call. But of course we know Montreal ends up tying it in the third period. The puck is thrown on net. Somehow Gustafsson doesn't hold on to this and Lars Eller pokes it home. And then the penalty kill fails again as David Krejci takes a terrible penalty. David Krejci, again, took 3 penalties this game, and this last one flat out cost his team the game. He's been the Bruins' best player so far this season, and I don't know what the hell he was doing tonight. Now, some might argue a lot of these kind of cross-checks and a lot of these hits were seen throughout this game without being called, but still, it's crunch time. I'm not going to say, oh, it's a Montreal, of course the refs. No, it's a penalty. It's a dumb penalty. It should have been called more consistently. It is pretty shitty that really the one time it's kind of called is, hey, here's David Krejci cross-checking this guy, but it absolutely is a cross-check. Another weak goal as David Desharnais finds it in front. Max Pacioretty would add an empty netter, and that is your final 4-2. Now, as far as penalties go, a lot of people are pissed off at a couple of weak calls drawn by the Bruins, particularly Colin Miller earning a tripping penalty against Andrei Markov. Again, I'm not going to sit here and defend it. It's ridiculous. I hate diving. I hate when anybody does it. I hate when Marchand does it. I hate when anyone does it. I hate that Colin Miller did it here. But Habs fans, please realize, please be at least a little bit self-aware that the Habs are the kings of drawing calls like this. Does that make it any less ridiculous what Colin Miller did tonight? No, it's still pathetic. It's a part of the game, but it's pathetic, and Montreal is just as good as anybody else in the league at drawing calls like this. That's all I'm saying. Moving on, I guess really we'll just sum up this game. Zach Trotman, of course, in the lineup, I thought he looked good. He does play in kind of Claude style, tough, gritty. He blocked a lot of shots tonight. One in particular he took up high, so he gave a good effort tonight. I won't be surprised if we see him back in the lineup soon. Colin Miller now has a 6-game point streak going, and really I thought the Bruins played a nice game, and had they stayed out of the box, they very well could have won this game. They were playing a Montreal style again, drawing the calls, quick play, aggressive play. It was looking good until once again they get into penalty trouble, and that penalty kill cannot stop a goddamn thing. As the Bruins now have lost 7 straight regular season games to Montreal. They play the Islanders tomorrow in Brooklyn. I said this month of November was going to be a tough test, and it's been just that. And honestly, I don't know if it gets better. Again, my guess was do they only win 3 games this month, the 2 against Toronto and maybe the Colorado game. That could be coming true, honestly, but we'll see. Maybe tomorrow, after the game against the Islanders, Tuukka Rask and net, maybe we'll feel a little bit better. My question to you, simply put, what'd you think of this game? And again, how do you think the Bruins are going to do this month? Will they turn it around, or are they destined to finish this month with a losing record? And again, a question I posed a couple of videos ago, will Claude Julien make it to Christmas? That will do it for now, guys. Again, like if you've enjoyed, subscribe for more. Again, I do Bruins recaps. I do a recap for every single game. And for the love of God, can we please get somebody that can kill a penalty?